Did you ever feed a grape to your dog? Did you get away with it? Can you guess why? Hey, I'm Dr. Bruce, and today we'll look at the reasons why grapes are truly the forbidden fruit. First, they're almost in every household. Second, most of the time they're sitting around a bowl on the kitchen counter or on a coffee table, waiting for Pupster to come along, get bored, and explode and chomp down on 1 or 200 of them. Not good. Grapes truly are the forbidden fruit. Today we're going to look at exactly what happens when your dog snags a grape cluster, what causes happen in your kid's system, the toxicity, the symptoms, the timing of the onset, why is the morbidity so variable, and what to do when Fido eats it. We're going to look at prevention strategies, and before we close, the danger of long-term kidney toxicity. Causes. For decades, the veterinary clinicians like myself have known that grapes cause significant nephrotoxicity, that is, damage to the kidneys, not good. And in the wrong amount and the wrong patient, kidney failure can develop and even death can occur. It seemed like some patients could eat a grape or two and never be sick, while others would snag a cluster off the coffee table and present themselves at the office in clinically critical condition. So what's going on? Grape ingestion is an emergency situation in the canine. It's a situation that needs to be treated immediately and aggressively. For decades, the cause of grape toxicity in dogs was unknown. Fortunately, researchers recently have discovered that tartaric acid is the culprit, which has allowed us not only to redefine and improve treatments, but improve patient survivability and reduce mortality and morbidity. So what makes grapes so toxic, you ask? Well, it's this tartaric acid that's in the grape. It's a naturally occurring substance, and curiously, the toxicity seems to be unique to dogs. Obviously, no known toxicity to people or kids. Cats are immune. Horses, cattle, pigs, whatsoever don't have the problem. It seems the canine genetically cannot process and eliminate the drug from the kidneys, and voila, you have a big problem. It took us 20 years to discover that this tartaric acid component was in grapes that was the culprit. But it's really more complicated than just that, because the tartaric acid concentration in grapes varies from 0.35% to as much as 2%. That makes the predictability of the toxin very difficult in its effect upon patients. Likewise, some dogs are able to tolerate a different level of the tartaric acid than others. So there's a genetic predisposition or resistance to that toxicity. So number two, the symptoms of the toxicity in dogs. Dogs consuming the grapes will exhibit symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, not eating, and abdominal pain. The onset of symptoms is within hours of ingestion, and if untreated, these symptoms can progress to acute kidney failure. Bad. The early symptoms of acute kidney failure, in addition to all these crummy, I feel rotten doggy symptoms, is reduced urine output, and then eventually, if it progresses to almost a fatal type situation, no urine output. No urine output equals no waste elimination, equals a toxic patient, not good. So why is the morbidity and mortality rate so variable? As I alluded to earlier, not all dogs are affected equally. Some dogs can handle the toxin better than others, and then there's the variability of the grape situation. Some dogs may ingest a small quantity, some with a larger quantity. Most of the time, nobody really knows how much they got into. And we understand that no two grapes are alike. One could have 0.35% of the tartaric acid in it. Another could have 2%. Thus, one grape could have as much as 6 times of the poison in it as the one next to it on the grocery shelf. A 2.0 grape in a 3-pound Yorkshire Terrier might have a devastating effect, while a 0.35 grape in one of my own 100-pound plus or minus Bernese Mountain Dogs may never have an apparent hiccup. I'm going to underscore apparent because we'll discuss the underlying hidden long-term complications before we close today. Just be aware that the concentration of the tannin poison itself varies widely from grape to grape and adds complexity to the managing, diagnosis, and treatment of this toxicity in our 4-footed family members. Hey, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any future videos. And if your dog is benefiting from the information, hit the like button below so that other dogs and their parents will benefit as well. What should you do if Pupster gets into the grapes? Well, your immediate response and treatment is essential. Time is of the essence to prevent severe outcomes because the symptoms of kidney damage can occur within hours, not days, weeks, minutes, but hours. Get your kid to your veterinarian, urgent care, overnight, whatsoever. Therapy is going to include the following principles of decontamination, intravenous fluids to not only support the patient, but to improve renal function, and supportive care and monitoring. That is what the current standard of care protocol would call for. If immediate transport to your veterinarian or local urgent care center is not possible, inducing vomiting with hydrogen peroxide should be considered. Note, grapes are not toxic to cats, and never induce vomiting in your kitty with hydrogen peroxide, or you're going to have a very, very, very bad outcome. Number 4, prevention strategies. Educating family, friends, and other fellow dog lovers is essential. Knowledge and prevention saves lives. Many folks are unaware of this dangerous issue, and so safe food practices at home are at the top of your list. Keep grapes, raisins out of the reach of all your pets. Refrigerator, closed storage. I have everything. The raisins are on the highest shelf in my pantry at home. All the grapes are obviously hiding in my refrigerator with a padlock. Just kidding about the padlock, but I've considered that. Look at the big picture. Kids' lunches could have raisins and grapes in them. Don't have them sitting on the counter. Make sure when the kids come home and they drop the remains randomly around the house, Pupster just cannot get into it. When you're preparing food and the like in the kitchen, Fido counter surfing is a potential cause of problems. Make sure that doesn't happen. Toddlers and youngsters bopping around the house, holding whatever they have in their hand, Fido coming along and stealing it out of their hand. Make sure that grapes and raisins are concealed and well under control. Have a strategy for a pet-safe environment, which includes all other aspects in the house that Pupster might get into, and pet-proof storage for everything that is not safe or acceptable to little Fido. When we have friends, guests, or even a party over at the house, my canine prevention flag and my ears are up looking for ways to prevent accidents. Grapes are at the top of my list to make sure they're nowhere around. The area that we've had problems with is home is construction workers or repair people that eat lunch on the property. The dogs try to raid what they're eating. They're innocent repair workers want to reward the dogs and the like. Be aware, please. Fido will appreciate it. Your urgent care doesn't need the business. And number 5 on my list, prevent progressive long-term kidney damage. This is something that when I found out what's happening with these grapes and what the real toxin, a couple grapes here, a couple raisins there, and a big dog or 0.35, even a medium or small sized dog, might go unnoticed at first, might go unnoticed permanently, but a little bit here and a little bit there, 1 or 2 or 3 a month. Could that create an immediate problem and get you to the ER? Probably not. Could it kill nephron units and actually make the kidney age faster than it should? Yes, it could. This early impairment will not be detectable by any means that we have today and will probably be associated with, quote, an old age kidney when your kid's older and starts having chronic renal problems. No one will ever connect the dots that a few raisins over the years compromises the kidney function and shortened your kid's lifespan. My point is very clear. If your kid never sees a grape or raisin, you don't have to worry about that, and he's going to live to his normal long-term genetic potential because you care greatly about his health.